Today we're in Crewe Cemetery with the crematorium, just in the main gates, and on the right hand side these are all new graves, all look the same. Quite recent, because it used to have an allotment down here, and it was all allotments not that long ago. There's a section where the children graves are. It's all nice and clean, but they're all boring, same old headstone. On the left we do have more of the modern graves with a mixture of the old graves. This one back to 1913. And on the right hand side back to 1925. One or two other old graves. Again, we've got a bit of a mixture here with the old and the new. These are back to the 1900s. We have a war grave, and somebody does come along, and it's not the War Graves Commission, somebody does come along and put plants on the war graves in Crewe. We've got a whole line here of old graves. We do have an angel, a bit worse for wear, but nevertheless. If you've been watching some of these graveyards I've done, we've got a similar thing here where this is the stairway to heaven, and as we go up the graves get bigger and better. We have got a young grave at the bottom which is snuck in, but we're lined both sides with old graves, trying to make out the dates on some. 1896. The other side's 1942. Some there with the big urns on. 1910, 1892. You see them start to get bigger as we get up the hill towards heaven. There's still some fair old graves that cost a fortune nowadays. We do have a dog running amok here. (1901). I'm not quite sure of this one, it's a very big one. But there's bits here as though they fell off something. And a bit strange that they've got sort of an odd one, a new one in. Oh, there's a 19-year-old, 1893. (1888), and this is actually a grave, and it's a massive, look at the size of that, but you can't make out who it is. That one, 1895, that's gone well. Roberts, there's a Robert next to it. Sarah Jane. Some of these are blackened because of course there'll be a lot of steam back in the day. being a rail town. That's an interesting one, 1883. We're now at the top, and the really prodigious people. And again, this is a massive one. Just make out a Lisa. Looks like a double grave, and presumably it's had metal on it at some point. Another massive, well-made one, 1875. And being at the top of heaven, we can get a good view round. The other side, we've got a big one there. John Bright. A lot of these this side have all been fenced off because they're deemed dangerous. This one here has got a fair old chunk of stone on it. And all these are said to be dangerous. This is 1886. One there with a little angel on the top. And around the side at the top we have more prodigious ones. Massive one there with an urn on the top. Some of these are quite elaborate. 1870. Another one with a lot of ironwork around it, which seems to survive because a lot was taken away in the war. But, it's hard to make out. 1880. Next to it, 1880. You tend to get all like 1800s and 1900s together. This one here's got a fair old piece of stone on it. 1884. Small urn on it. This one's got a big cross on it. And another massive one reaching to the heavens there. This section is mostly old graves. There's one or two new ones in with it. Quite a well preserved one, 1933. We've got an odd one stuck in. Another one, 1905. This is on both sides. This strange grey stone, it seems to weather quite well. That's a young baby, aged 3 years and 4 months. Coppenhall churchyard. We have got some sort of new graves in amongst these old ones. A big Celtic cross there, very popular. And whether they put the new ones in over old graves or whether there's been enough room. The old urn. Another big monument. Just that one section where they got the new graves in the middle of it, but then as we go past, we're back onto the old graves. These are going back to 1885, 1892. (1927). It's just that time of year when it gets lovely and all the snowdrops come up. We've got tons and tons of snowdrops here. Do you have a new, well, it looks new, doesn't it, war grave? It does seem strange because over there is the west and that way is the east. Now, to tradition for hundreds of years that the body, that the head must face the west, like these here. The theory being that when the Lord comes back, he comes from the east, and as you sit up in your grave you will see him. But they now seem to have sort of gone wriggledy-piggledy and stuck them here, there and everywhere, because some of these are facing the right way and some are facing the wrong way. And if you were a witch or something like that, you pointed you north, because then you couldn't get out. We've got sort of a row of old ones here, just one section, then all new at the back. But why they change this tradition? And it's not just normally Church of England, most other religions do the same. Another interesting section here, some quite 1886, 1873. I've still got the old graves that side, but these are quite high status, and why they're sort of in this section. This is Dr. Keane, is it? Dr. Keane? Some of these are quite spectacular graves. Being under trees, they've got all sort of green. 1884. But then we come to some of the other sides as well. One with an angel. And a lot of people don't know, but these symbols actually mean something. It's like a code. Now this one, the angel's pointing down, which generally means it's a sad or unexpected death, and the angels have to come to get the soul. If the angel's pointing up, then she's taking the soul back to heaven. I mean, this is 1906, but this is some stone. This is. Get down to the bottom, it's like absolutely massive. Like 12 foot or more high. A few more old ones. We do have a collection of angels everywhere. another angel, and miraculously it's in one piece, because they always tend to lose the hands. Another one with a sad angel pointing down. One or two old ones. Big Celtic cross here. And we do get in some modern graves that are quite spectacular. Very often these are Catholic, because Catholics do tend to sort of have these big graves. Just an overall view of the cemetery so you can get an idea of the scale. 360 degree of the cemetery. It does go on like forever. This is a very big cemetery. We do like the angels. Another angel. It's just getting nice where the snowdrops and the crocuses are all coming up. At the top we do have a garden of remembrance. People can put flowers, and they can have a little plaque here of people that wish to be remembered. No actual sort of graves, but just a place to remember. And the old blossoms just starting to come out. We do have a modern section of very glorified big graves. So nice to see that. Much better than the little tiny ones. I mean, they've really gone to town on some of these, haven't they? The stones must cost a fortune. There's actually two graves there. I thought it was just one big one. These often tend to be either gypsies or Catholic because of the big statues of Christ. Very often the Catholics well, again they're pointing even the wrong way again, so why the tradition has always been changed, but it's been hundreds of years. Well, this whole section with more angels and soft mix. This must be a fairly recent no, you'd expect all the flowers to be sort of very, very recent, but the dates on it are quite a few years ago, so it's nice to see that people remember. More angels, everywhere you go there's angels. Do have another one with an angel on it and two cherubs. Again, we've got a mix of old and new graves in this section. And we have got one here which is a bit strange. 1928, and an angel, and I can't say if it's a naked man or a naked woman. It's a bit of a strange statue. To have more angels in this section. Symbol there with two hands, which is normally love, which is normally married couple. Can be fascinating, some of these symbols. Another angel, same as we saw over there with the two cherubs. seem to have a section where it's all angels. This is a sad angel looking down again. Person was 69 years old, so and that's a fair old grave there. Fair old chunk of stone on that one. And this one's got a strange symbol on the top. Not where it's supposed to be, but another big angel that really stands out, that one. Again, a mixture of old and new. And a lot of new graves here. Yet another angel, but this one's got a broken arm. 1819, just about make the date out. Quite a few old graves in this section. Interesting little child. Alice Harley, Crewe, died from wounds, July 1917, age 31. And the biggest mystery in Crewe, this has gone on for a long time, is this woman here. It's really a magnificent, unusual grave. We thought it was Pandora because there's a little box. But for years and years, you can see normally on the back of a grave there's a grave number and who made it and whatever. And this one's totally blank, and it has been blank for years and years. And in the last sort of couple of months, we've now got an inscription on it. So why it's been blank for so long? And it's right next to a war grave as well, and it's stayed so outstandingly clean. But the strange ones, that's a young child and you can't make out the writing on it. I don't quite know what it's supposed to be. Yet another angel with a broken hand. Just this little section of sort of some old graves. And we are seeing lots of crocus and snowdrops coming up.